Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. And yes, NeoFly has been updated again. It seems to be a weekly occurrence at the moment, and I've got a couple of new cool features to show you in today's video. And then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and complete a flight. It's going to be from here in Kelowna up to Salmon Arm, and it's going to be this flight right here, which is a touchdown challenge flight, if you like. I've got to complete the flight successfully and at the same time have to land at my destination in less than 200 feet per minute. And fingers crossed, I've got my sensitivity settings on my honeycomb yoke sorted. I've been spending a lot of time figuring it out. Those that joined the live stream yesterday, or the couple of days ago by the time this posts, would have seen some of the challenges I've been having. But anyway, before I do that, you know the drill. Like button. It's down below. Give it a big thumbs up. Smash it. The YouTube algorithm loves it. Really helps with the videos. Also, if you're new, how about consider subscribing? Costs nothing at all except just a little bit of self-respect. Who's not willing to give up some of that? Anyway, here we go. NeoFly. 2.3 is the version we're up to, and there's two key features that have been added in the latest update. The first one is fuel cost, in fact. So you now are going to get charged for fuel. If we go into a little flight I did earlier on, go to my balance as a better way of looking at it. If you can see down here, there's a fuel cost of $5. It's currently set to 90 cents per gallon, but it will be converted to real world prices. So they're just doing a bit of work in the background to get that sorted. But at the moment, there's going to be a small cost for fuel, and that's been added in to just add that touch of realism to the app. Now, the other thing that has been added is a dark mode. So if I go into my settings right here, and I go to dark mode, boom, there we go. Personally, I actually really like dark modes on most things, in most apps and websites and stuff that I go on. Particularly if you're like me and you're at night gaming and stuff like that, it's quite good to have that dark feature, just so it's a little bit easier on the eyes. So yeah, a couple of nice little features right there. For the video though, I'm going to throw it onto light mode right there. Okay, so what I've done actually for this flight, let's get into the flight. Hopefully the passengers will survive. We'll have to see. I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to be carrying. But you'll see here that I have, I'm going to be flying the British Airways livery for the G1000. Go to flightsim.to and check this out. Big props to whoever put this together. I should have really had myself organised so I could tell you who did this. And you can just use the database program to go and update your livery, and that way you can fly any livery you like with the aircraft that you fly in NeoFly. I've covered that before. If you do want me to do a video on that, let me know. I'll show you how, step by step, how to update livery and all the other different things within the database. So let's get into the flight right now. And here we are on the ground here in Kelowna, and there's that beautiful looking livery I was telling you about. It's a British Airways training livery. From what I understand, the British Airways Flying Club. Let me just jump up here so you can get a bit of a look at it. Yeah, it's a really nice, tidy looking livery. I really like it. So well done to whoever put that together. I've got my own tail number this time. I remembered to do it, so that was quite good. So anyway, first thing I need to do is let's get this weight and balance going, get the cargo on board, and then we can jump in the aircraft, take off to the north on our way to Salmon Arm. Alright, we are good to go, so let's get this thing revved up. Let's just take a look down here. We do have fuel on, always good to check that. Mixture is in. Let's go ahead and turn our alt and battery on. We will turn our beacon on also. And let's go ahead and start this thing up. Once again, using two controllers, one for my throttle.
Dispatch. Loading cargo. Please stand by.
There we go. What kind of cargo is it? They said it's sensitive cargo. Will we hear it? Oh, there we go. We've got the bottles again, everybody. Some of our favourite. While they do that, let's flick on our avionics, and I will throw my taxi light on and my nav light. It's dark here right now while I'm recording. It's hard to see. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn on that screen right there. We're going to get our CDI.
Transporter from dispatch. The cargo is on board. You are clear to taxi to the runway and take off.
There we go, everybody. We have got our taxi clearance. So yeah, a little bit of deja vu here, but that is the mission that we do have. And it looks like we're going to have to take off to the south. We've got a wind of 197, so we're going to have to go ahead, backtrack, take off to the south, make a big right hand turn and make our way up north. So let's just take a look at NeoFly. Here goes the app right here, everybody, before we get into it. So as you can see, we're down here in Kelowna. We basically follow the lake all the way up there and then arrive up here in Salmon Arm. So it's actually not going to be too much of a high altitude flight, which you usually do have to do around this type of country. I can pretty much work my way up right through these valleys, avoid any sort of steep terrain, hopefully. Or if I may not avoid the steep terrain because my piloting skills can be a little bit average. But anyway, guys, I'll meet you out at the runway. Okay, I think we've got enough runway here, folks. I've dialed in a fairly ambitious 3,500 feet for our cruise. We'll just have to play that by ear to see whether we might have to do a bit of mountain avoidance, but we'll go with that in the meantime. So with that said, looks like we're all good to go. Let's go ahead and throw on our landing light. Taxi light is off. Throw on our strobe light. Looking good, feeling great. Let's get into it, everybody. Right, this is the moment of truth. On my yoke. Can I... Oh, this jet's got different ideas over here, everybody. Just hope we can... he doesn't taxi right in front of us. Oh, I'm wobbling everywhere. A little bit of back pressure now here, everybody. Can we get a smooth takeoff? That's what we're looking for.
Transporter from dispatch.
Oh, smooth as. And no dolphining. You little ripper. That guy there clearly has got a different... we'll take the flaps off while I'm thinking about it. That guy there certainly got a different wind condition than me. I'm not sure if air traffic control have exactly got this under control, everybody. As we made our way towards our cruising altitude, we're not quite there yet, but this A320 has taken off. We're pretty much on its climb path out. He's got a very shallow climb path though, so maybe he's just trying to avoid us, but yeah. Emergency averted at this stage, so all's well that ends well, but that could have been ugly. Okay, here we are, folks. We're at our cruising altitude, 3,500 feet, so I have actually had to do a little bit of manual heading change right here. It was looking a little bit hairy in those mountains over there on the right hand side. I'm really not flying at the ideal altitude, to be fair to say, but under this light, this scenery looks really nice. And this is just the false scenery, by the way, right here. You can see it down below there. But one thing, just a little tip here. If you've got the honeycomb, I just found out the other day, if you've got the honeycomb yoke, it can affect your heading knob. So for example, if you look at this, I'm using my roll mouse, the middle mouse button there, and it goes about 10 degrees if you roll it just once. So the option you can actually use is left hand mouse button to do it in smaller increments. There we go. I'm just adjusting it by 1 degree using the left hand mouse button, and there we go with the arrow pointing in the opposite direction. I can click it back the other way. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that knew that already, but I only found that out on my live stream the other day. So there we go. You learn something new every day, so I thought that I'd share that with you. But we're set up nicely here, 3,500 feet. Let's jump outside the aircraft, a little bit of turbulence. But a beautiful flight up here through the across the top of the lakes on our way to Salmon Arm. Got the main highway down below there. Really nice driving on those highways. I can vouch for it personally. Really great to drive around British Columbia. If you haven't done it and it's on your bucket list, once this pandemic has disappeared, go ahead and do it. It's a beautiful part of the world right here through the Lakes District, if you like, of British Columbia. Anyway, with that said, everybody, what I'll do is I'll move it along a bit, and once we're ready to approach into Salmon Arm, I'll rejoin you and we'll see whether we can actually land this thing. We did get a nice good smooth takeoff, so let's see if we can get a nice smooth landing. So I'll catch you very, very soon. Okay, everybody, we flew a very, very tight circuit right there. Downwind, a right-hand downwind pattern there. And we're just a touch high as we come into Salmon Arm right here. But we'll bleed off that speed. Probably a bit slow now. We've taken the throttle right off here. Just aiming for the numbers. We'll look to level things out once we cross the threshold here. Leveling things out. Looking good, nice and smooth. Definitely seem to have got the sensitivity sorted now. Just nose up just a little bit. Just kissed it. Okay, it felt pretty good, everybody. I've got to say, that felt pretty good. And I love the look of this runway, by the way. But yeah, I think hopefully that's definitely, which definitely felt less than 200 feet per minute, that's for sure. So let me go and find a parking area off the runway here, and let's evaluate how we did. Alright, we'll just look to slip in up here beside the L19 right there. Float plane variety. Okay, looking good. Alright. We can turn our taxi light off now. Throw a parking brake on.
Transporter from dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the
Everything
cargo.
is off.
I'll call you when it's done.
Dispatcher is coming on board to let us know everything's getting done, so that's good. Avionics can go off. Let's turn the rest of the aircraft off. And as we listen to those very important beer bottles being carted off. I assume they're beer bottles. It did say it was sensitive cargo, so you've got to say that beer bottles are pretty sensitive. And let's just wait to see whether we have done what we should have done.
Transporter from dispatch. Cargo unloaded and checked. It is always a pleasure to work with you.
The pleasure is all mine. And let's check out our results right here, everybody. And I'm pleased to report, here we go right here. The key one is 91.90. It did feel like a smooth landing. And I definitely feel like I've got the sensitivity settings pretty good here on my yoke right now. I think I've got them set to just my y-axis now set to 30 and 30. And that seems to have done the trick. I tried a lot of different settings, and that's the one that seems to be working pretty well for me at the moment. But anyway, let's just quickly review the flight. Mission was a success. We did get 88 XP for a comfort bonus. Landing bonus of 97. We did get Mal's Realism XP. I'm not too sure what that means. 68. Fuel consumption was 5, so it's going to cost us about $5. If we go up to our logs right here, we can see down the bottom here that has been completed, and we got $5,695. And right down here we had an insurance cost of $854 and fuel cost of $4 right there. So looking good, feeling great. If we take a look at our pilot right here, we're now currently a second officer, just 347 odd XP away from becoming a whatever the next one is, captain or something similar. First officer maybe, no, second, I don't know, captain, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I haven't looked at the ranks page. Anyway, everybody, hope you enjoyed that flight. Make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new. Till next time, everybody, take it easy.